What's up everyone, my name's Robbie, this is Robbie in Manila, and today we're going to try to create a portfolio that's going to beat the S&P 500 in 2021. So around 5 or 6 weeks ago, I made a video about the best sector ETFs to beat the S&P 500 in 2021. And in that video, I discussed how the S&P 500 is allocated into 11 different sectors. The goal of the video is to try to figure out which sectors will perform the best and which will perform the worst in 2021. Now, if you haven't watched the video yet, I'm going to link it right here so you can take a look at that, or in the description below, I'll put a little link so you can go check it out. Now, I'm using M1 Finance for this video to show you just how easy it is to create pies and then use ETFs and sector ETFs to try to beat the S&P 500 using a tactical allocation strategy. Not only is M1 Finance probably the best to help set this up, it also has a feature that allows me to share a link with you so you can actually check out how this does over the next year. So if you want to stay up to date with how this portfolio performs, go ahead and take a look at the link below. That's where I'll be putting it, and you can take a look at this portfolio anytime over the next year. So let's go ahead and roll the intro and then open up the M1 Finance app so you can watch me bake this pie. Okay everyone, we're gonna get started in a second. Just two quick things I want to go over. The first thing is that if you like the video, please hit the like button. It really supports my channel. I appreciate it tremendously. And number two, if you don't have an M1 Finance account, I do have an affiliate link in the description below. So if you click that, it also supports my channel. So thank you in advance for that. Okay, so this is a spreadsheet, and if this looks familiar, it's because it was in my video that maybe you've watched already, maybe you haven't, but it's the video I mentioned in the start of this video. So this shows you the S&P 500 sector weightings. So what's that mean if you haven't watched that video? So for example, on the left side is the sector weightings of the S&P 500. Just so you know, there are 11 different sectors that make up the companies in the S&P 500 index. So all of these companies, they fall into one of these 11 sectors. Now, technology, for example, the companies that are in the S&P 500 index that are also in the tech sector, that makes up 27% of the S&P 500 index. Real estate's only 3%. Financials is 10%, okay? So that's what we're looking at here on the left. On the right side is the allocation that I'm going to try to create myself. And so, again, if you watch that video, then you know that some sectors I think will outperform in 2021, and some I think will not perform as well. And so I am overweighting the ones I think that will do better and underweighting the ones that I don't think will do as well. For an example, the tech sector, while it's 27% of the S&P 500, I am not going to allocate 27%. I'm going to allocate 23% to the tech sector. And I'm going to do that by opening or buying an ETF that invests just in the technology sector, okay? So that's kind of what I'm doing here. That's what I'm trying to figure out. And then what I'm gonna go do is go over to show you the exact percentages, and then we're going to create the portfolio with our M1 Finance portfolio. So here are the exact percentages I have. So for example, consumer defensive or consumer goods or consumer staples. The sector has different names, but it's the same sector. The S&P 500, 7%. I'm going to weight 4% of my portfolio in this. And what I'm going to do is use this ETF, which is XLY. So the first thing to know I'm going to open up my app here, but the first thing I want you to know is that I'm using M1 Finance. I only have like $100 in this account in M1 Finance, but what I'm doing, I just want to see if my analysis was correct. So maybe if you want to watch and follow along over the next year, you can see if my analysis was correct by always looking at this portfolio. Of course, it's not a ton of money. It's just to figure out if my predictions, my analysis, what I figured out for these different sectors actually comes to fruition. Okay, so here I have my M1 Finance portfolio, which you're looking at on the screen right now. And basically what's going on here is I have $119 in this portfolio, and I'm going to sell everything I have. So you'll watch and see how to sell stocks in your portfolio and create a new allocation via what I'm going to be doing, which is these different sector ETFs. So let's go ahead and start this thing. You go and you hit Manage Pie, and then you hit Edit Pie. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start adding some of these different accounts. Well, actually, first I'm going to delete everything that's in there. then I'm going to add the new positions. So I'm going to go here, I'm going to click remove. I'm going to go here, I'm going to click remove. Remove, remove. Okay, so now I've removed everything that's in this pie, and now I'm going to start adding slices. So I'm going to hit the plus button. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to search. I'm going to make sure I hit funds, and I'm going to click XLY. And then I'm going to click the plus button, and now it should be added. Let's go to done and see if it's added, and it is. And of course, we want my percentage to be 4%. So that's what I'm doing with that one. Again, I'm going to go in again. I'm going to do utilities. So FUTY, FUTY, funds. Oh, sorry. Well, FUTY, add, oops, add, and then we're going to go to XSW. So what I'll do is I'll fast forward this for you, but then you'll see me add the different sector weightings to these. Okay, so now I have all these different sector ETFs inside the portfolio. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put the weightings in. It's so easy with this app. It's crazy. Like, you don't even have to just figure out the amount of money that you want to buy in each of the ETFs. You just go ahead and put the percentages in, and it does it for you. That's why it's so great. M1 Finance is really good for creating these kind of balanced pies, if you will. So the next one I want to do is utilities. Actually, 0% in utilities. So I'm actually going to go to my utilities, which is FUTY, and I'm going to take it out. So FUTY, right here, I'm going to remove that. I didn't actually need to add that one. Okay. So next is XLC. So XLC, as you'll see here, I'm going with 11.2%. I'm equally weighting this. So 11 points. Well, you can't do decimals, so we're going to just do 11% of that one. Next, we're going to go to FENY, and so if FENY, we're going with 8%. As you can see, I'm overweighting energy. As you'll see if you watch the video that I made about it, that's one of the things I'm going overweight this year, 2021. So next we're going to FNCL, and so we're going to overweight FNCL. So we're going to go with FNCL right here, and we're going to go with 11% instead of the 9.9% that the current S&P 500 has in the financial sector. Next we have FHLC. So this is the healthcare sector. So for the healthcare sector, we're going to also overweight from 14.1% to 19%. So I'm going to put 19. Next we have FIDU, industrials. Next we have the basic materials, FMAT. So I'm going to actually underweight this one as well. Just going to keep it at 1%. Next we have the real estate. So we're going to go over to FREL, the Fidelity Real Estate Sector ETF. And as you can see here, FREL is 2.6%. The real estate sector is 2.6%, but we're going to overweight it. We're going to go with 4%. Next, we have IYK, and IYK is the consumer cyclical or consumer discretionary sector. It's 11.6%. I'm going with 13% instead. And then finally, we have XSW, which is the tech sector, which is currently 27.4% of the S&P 500. However, I am going to underweight this a bit due to how much the tech sector has grown for the past 2020, year of 2020. Again, if you want to watch all of the reasons why I picked these things, then you can go ahead and watch the other video. But this is what I got. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to click save, and I'm going to hit confirm, and that should be it. So here's the deal. Now that this is all done, what's going to happen is, today I'm recording this, it's Friday, it is it's a Saturday. Well, I live in the Philippines right now. So actually in the US, it's New Year's Day, and the market is not open on New Year's Day. So basically on Monday, this is going to execute. Now, because M1 Finance, I don't have the premium account. I just have the basic account. It's not going to execute in the morning or anything like that. It's going to execute at the end of the day. So what's going to happen is I'm going to miss out on the first trading day of the year. But by the second trading day of the year, all of these things, all these positions should be filled. And then this new portfolio should be born, and then I can go ahead and see if I was right and then track it throughout the whole next year. Now, whether or not I will make changes to this, so if this is a tactical asset allocation, in which case I would perhaps Maybe if I think one of these sectors gets overvalued, then I will pull back, or if I think another sector should be added and should be increased, I might add to it. But I'll probably make videos if I do any changes like that. So because it's tactical, there is, with tactical asset allocation portfolios, oftentimes you will during the year try to make changes depending on what happens in the current state of the market and what's going on with the economy. So we'll see if I make any changes, but you'll know about it, and that's that. So I hope you really liked this video. Please, again, if you really liked it, hit that like button. It really helps me out, and subscribe if you want to see future content like this. Also, don't forget, leave a little comment in the comments section and tell me how you're going to try to beat the S&P 500 this year. And again, don't forget to open up an account with M1 Finance if you don't have one yet, using my affiliate link below. So that's all we have for this video today. Thanks so much for watching, and please hit another one of my videos on the end screen that is coming up right now.